So let me get this right. Everybody could fight except for the black people. In hockey, the white boys could fight all day. No problem.
Time here, no doubt about it. They both respond. Lefts and rights. How about that? This will clear the benches. Here we go. This thing's on. This original six thing is on. Big boys here as far as experience.
Basketball, the black people, the black players beat the fans' ass, the white fans' ass. It's a big deal.
The Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons fans, again, we cannot drive this home enough. This is something, you go across the board of the four of us here, we've been around a lot of sporting events, all right? Either playing in them or watching them. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Well, the age of electronics is kicking in because I just got a beep from Joe Dumars, and one of the things he's taking issue with is us sitting up here right now and basically saying that it was justified for those players to go into those stands. He says there's no justification, regardless the fans were wrong, but the players should not exacerbate the situation.
But we're not saying that there's justification. What I'm trying to say is that you can definitely empathize with the reaction of someone who was involved in a very volatile and emotional situation.
In football, college football, FIU and UM fight on the field. They ain't attacking no fans. It's a big deal.
His extra point is up and good, and another melee on the field. This one is getting out of hand. This is very ugly.
That's what I'm talking about. You come into our house, you should get your behind kicked. Don't come in the room, don't be playing that stuff. I say why they just meet outside in the tunnel.
This is not the old Miami. This is the new Miami. And we had a terrible incident. We've always known that we couldn't make mistakes. This is not new for the University of Miami. We don't get a break.
After Miami's extra point, players raced onto the field, throwing punches and stomping those on the ground.
Miami safety Anthony Reddick, much criticized for swinging his helmet. 13 players suspended from the University of Miami.
I really couldn't get a chance to fight someone because I was on the ground choking someone. So when I got a punch off, I got the last punch of the fight off, and everybody seen it. That's typical of me. Everybody seen me doing something wrong.
But Uruguay, some South American beef, came to Charlotte and attacked Colombian fans that don't know how to fight. That's what it is. If the Colombian fans knew how to fight, the Uruguay players would not dare go in the stand to attack Colombian fans.
Originally. Oh boy. And now it's boiling over. Number 9.
We saw a lot of chaos on the field after the final whistle. Some of that chaos spilled into the crowd. We're getting some images right now of Uruguayan players going into the stands and interacting, if you will, with Colombian supporters. You obviously see things being thrown, including fists and punches and beverages and garbage. And unfortunate scenes in Charlotte, that after the final whistle as Colombia goes through. And then you see the relationship with some of these players. Nunez being consoled. It tells you how passionate this sport is and what it means to these two countries.
You see, the Uruguayan players did not attack the Colombian players. Why is that? They know the Colombian players know how to fight. You Colombian players, you let down your country. You made your fans come from South America not knowing how to fight. In Russia, the fans teach the Russian players how to fight. Everybody in the soccer world, they're scared of Russian fans. Russian fans are the boogeyman. They're the Debo of the soccer world. Football world, all the correction. Football world. Only way you could beat the Russian fans, you gotta do like Friday. You gotta get a brick and catch Debo with a sucker punch with his back turned. That's the only way you could beat Russian fans. Yeah, but the Charlotte police, you're a disgrace. All the Uruguayan players that went in their stands and attack Colombian fans that are not a fight, they should have been arrested. They should have been arrested. They came to America, North America, from South America, with some South American beef against the Colombian fans. They had no beef with the Colombian players, because the Uruguayan players know the Colombian players would have beat that ass. Yeah, but it is sad. Everybody can fight. As soon as the black players attack the fans or players, we're animals.
The Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons fans, again, we cannot drive this home enough. This is something, you go across the board of the four of us here, we've been around a lot of sporting events, all right? Either playing in them or watching them. This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Well, the age of electronics is kicking in because I just got a beat from Joe Dumars, and one of the things he's taking issue with is us sitting up here right now and basically saying that it was justified for those players to go into those stands. He says there's no justification, regardless the fans were wrong, but the players should not exacerbate the situation.
But we're not saying that there's justification. What I'm trying to say is that you can definitely empathize with the reaction of someone who was involved in a very volatile and emotional situation.
We're a disgrace. Suspend us, lock us up, do a la. But anytime the white people do it, it's okay. It's part of the game. That ain't right. Yep, that's the worst thing I ever seen. The Uruguayan players attacking helpless Colombian fans that are not a fight. Shakira, I'm sorry that your Colombian players did not care about their country to teach your fans how to fight. But y'all see the difference between the two clips? The Malice at the Palace dude say that's the worst thing he ever seen with his eye. Combat between the players and the fan, mutual combat. So we go to see the Uruguayan players and the fans, mutual combat. And what the guy said for Fox, they're passionate. That's not the worst thing he ever seen. He said it's flat out come out and said, that's the greatest thing I ever seen. Greatest thing I ever seen. I know George Clooney ain't saying that about Joe Biden. George Clooney said, I regret being a Joe Biden dick rider. Joe Biden, get that fool back his $28 million and tell him to kiss your white old ass. And then go fuck his bitch.
Including one of the biggest names in Hollywood, George Clooney, who wrote an opinion piece in the New York Times that I love Joe Biden, I consider him a friend and I believe in him, but adds the Biden he saw during the June 15th fundraiser, which the actor headlined and helped raise $28 million for his re-election campaign, was not the Joe Big Expletive Deal Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. It's that poor performance which sparked concerns among members of his party, as Clooney now calls on Democratic leaders to ask Biden to voluntarily step aside, saying we are not going to win in November with this president.
Gonna put you on Front Street talking about, this ain't the same Joe Biden I knew from a few years ago. You lying motherfucker. You lying motherfucker. This is why I don't ride celebrity dick coochie. They're bandwagoners. If Joe Biden had the same performance and everybody say Joe Biden won, George Clooney would agree. That's how Hollywood people are. Everybody agree with the same thing and everybody hate on the same thing. So folks, like the video and tell me, why is society like that? The black players, we can't fight. The white people, they can fight all day, every day.
It tells you how passionate this sport is and what it means to these two countries.